Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10, Episode 10. Let's get into it because, baby, we have a lot to discuss. First things first, I need to say this. I understand that Stacey tells fibs. Not denying that whatsoever. I think what bothers me most about the women being so upset about Stacey and her fibs is that they're fibs that don't really affect them, right? Because let's talk about the whole his name be fucking me up. His name be fucking me up. One of y'all commented that on one of the other social media platforms. Her husband, ex-husband, saying that he can't come to dinner. Tia invited the husband to dinner. Timu is the one that said, oh, I fly out tomorrow. Stacey said, yeah, he's going to be out of town for a few days. Stacey fucked up the lie and told Wendy something else, right? However, I want to know whose spouse has been like, I'm not fucking with that. I don't want to be a part of that, blah, blah. But you're not taking that to your group of friends, to the group, and being like, he's not fucking with it, right? Especially when y'all are trying to mend your relationship. Mind you, Stacey and this man are trying to work on things. They're trying to work on things. So if he's not happy with something that he saw on screen, why would she then go on screen and say, yeah, he's not happy about it? Also, mind you, she being Stacey, already did tell Tia, Timu is not the most like comfortable with the cameras. He's not really like super psyched to be around the group. And to be honest, these women are acting like piranhas trying to get him around the group. And it's funny to me because a lot of these women, Gizelle, have had men in their lives that they don't want to bring around the group because they know how the group can be. So, and listen, I get it when people are like, yeah, but like Stacey's lies, they bring up the Mia of it all. And I totally understand because I couldn't stand Mia. I think my thing with Stacey is, one, the people trying to call her out for lying and standing on this high horse of lying are Ashley Darby. Let's talk about what Ashley Darby has lied about. Her ex-husband, her finally ex-husband, assaulting one of her co-workers, because a producer is a co-worker, make no mistake, okay? Covering things up like that. Like, Ashley has no problem lying. It just changes. And if we brought that up to Ashley, I promise you, she would rest on the hill of he was found innocent. Those charges were dropped. Those complaints were dropped. Girl, please. And then, like I say, we're talking about little fibs. We literally, again, I will repeat, we literally just saw Gizelle tell a fib about why Robin wasn't at the 10 million stream event. Gizelle told us Robin feels a type of way about how she left the show. When Gizelle got up on the microphone at the event, she said Robin couldn't come because something came up. That is the same caliber of lie as what Stacey is telling, in my personal opinion, when it comes to this Tiamu thing. Now, is Stacey a copycat? Absolutely. She is absolutely a copycat. And I'm really not understanding the whole not inviting Wendy to the Shio event because it's a conflict of interest. However, one of you did point out on TikTok that maybe it's Stacey's business partners that didn't want Eddie and Wendy there because of the conflict of interest, which I guess that does make more sense because the whole group that was invited didn't make sense to me. Ashley, Tia, and who is it? Jazzy. Like, I was very, very, very confused. I will say, I do appreciate Wendy approaching Gizelle on the hazing the way that she is because she is somebody who has experienced it. And I think that she's also somebody who knows Gizelle well enough now to know that if she makes this a thing and tries to make it like Gizelle picks on everybody in the group when they first come in, it's going to backfire on her. And she knows that because look at Angel. Gizelle is the one that picked on Angel, that said catfish on Angel. And she's steadily saying Wendy said it. So I think the way that and she's in a good space with Gizelle. I think the way she's approaching it, like, y'all got to back up off Stacey. Y'all got to stop. Y'all always trying to, swing on her in a group event. Gizelle being like, I don't trust her. I hate that everybody that comes into the group has to earn Gizelle's trust. Trust is a two-way street, Gizelle. Like, they need, I always feel weird when I'm saying Gizelle's name because it's my name. But I'm Giselle the correct way. Anyways, it's a two-way street. Getting to know each other, like, I'm like, come on now. And with Stacey, it just feels, I can't even say it feels like they're taking it too far. It just feels like another level. Because I noticed in this episode, when they did the flashback to the Pride event, that I guess it was Angel, was like, oh yeah, Shio sounds like a money grab. It sounds like, you know, a money grab for something to attach himself to. Hello, you're on Housewives. A lot of housewife ventures are money grabs, babes. And how are you sitting there saying that Shio sounds like a money grab when GNA, did GNA even produce clothes? I know that they had a fashion show because that's where the fight took place, but did they even sell anything? Did they sell the samples at least? Like, what happened? And then it went from athleisure to wellness. What was the wellness? Ashley on stage singing for her wellness, not ours, okay? And then from wellness to fundraisers. What is GNA but a money grab? But we're not calling that out. Like, hello? Now, I cannot say that I feel bad for this young man that Ashley broke up with on screen today, because I do think that he was getting some out of it, right? He left there with something. But listening to Ashley talk like she is so much older than Josh is crazy to me. I'm pretty sure they're the same age. Ashley's in her 30s. He's in his 30s. I think Ashley's like 36. Technically, me and Ashley were in high school around the same time. I think she's 3 years older than me. And that dude is like 31, 32 maybe. I think she's valid for saying like she may not want more children. And if she does, it has to be within the next year. Totally fair. You already have two, right? But let's call a thing. She just wants a rich older man. And if you watched Ashley, a rich older white man, if you watched Ashley on Love Hotel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ashley, I have never seen anything quite like that before. I was flabbergasted. My flabbers were aghast, okay? Because I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I knew what Ashley was looking for, but she was literally sitting there saying to us that she had all this chemistry and she just really liked this older white man so much. The chemistry was not in the room with us. The chemistry was not in the room with us. And the black man, Wale, who was on there, who she lied on, saying that he played her, I was like, now, Wale made me laugh during Love Hotel because he was like, you got the same clothes on you went on a date with me with. You got the same hair. Did you even brush your teeth? And then you over there kissing that man. Ooh, he called her dirty. Okay. But she wants an older white man. She wants a sugar daddy. I don't care. Everybody wants what they want. But to sit there and act like Josh and people who are trying to carry on like quote unquote normal relationships, sorry, I'm just going to call that a normal relationship for lack of a better term, is comical. Also, I did bust out laughing because again, far be it from me, I don't feel bad for this young man. I did laugh when she was like, we haven't even gone on a trip together. And he was like, I didn't ask you to go up to Pittsburgh. Now, one would say, if you want to go on a trip, Ashley, you're sitting here talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Say you want to go on a trip. But that's the thing. Ashley just wants to be flown out. Ashley wants to be a sugar baby, period. Period. And she's like, I take care of a lot of people. And this is not me giving Michael any money. You started taking care of people because you had Michael's money. Mike, I'm sorry. Y'all may eat me up. Had Ashley not been with Michael, she probably would have never been on Real Housewives of Potomac. Just saying. And had Ashley not divorced Michael, she probably wouldn't be in the position to be doing all this taking care of, and that divorce money got her feeling a type of way about herself, got her smelling herself, okay? Now, I guess Monique said on Watch What Happens Live that there was way more to the sit down with her and Gizelle, and that Gizelle took a lot of accountability, and I guess she even wondered like why it wasn't shown. And it's so bothersome to me because they did this with Wendy and Gizelle's conversation last season, or season before, no, it was last season, when we all were sitting there like, Wendy just let Gizelle off the hook way too easily. Like, what the hell? Wendy was like, no, Gizelle took accountability. Okay, so why are we not showing these conversations and the accountability taken by Gizelle? I'm truly so confused to why they never ever show us the full conversation, because the reaction from the audience each time is, why did y'all just let Gizelle off the hook? Because I'm gonna tell you this, that conversation with Gizelle and Monique, I was not impressed. I thought it was corny. I was like, no. Monique had different energy in the confessional than she did when it came to the dinner, but knowing that there's a big chunk missing, I can accept that. It bothered me that, and not like in Monique's sense, it bothered me that Monique said, like, when I saw your daughter, I felt so bad, and we did not see Gizelle say anything about Monique's kids, because the things that Gizelle was running around and saying about Monique and Chris, they, like, her kids could hear that one day. They will hear that one day. You know what I mean? Now, apparently on Watch What Happens Live also, Monique said that there's gonna be no reconciliation with Candace. And I feel two ways about this. One, I don't think that was in the cards at all. I don't think Candace and Monique are ever gonna speak again, right? And I don't blame Candace for that whatsoever. I think it might be the way Monique phrased it when she was like, there's no relationship there, so there's no, like, we're not going to see a reconciliation or a conversation. To see Monique do all of this, like, see all this growth, to see where she can admit, like, she was feeling a type of way, she has said, like, that fight was not me, it was XYZ. But the fight did directly affect one person. And I think that doing all of this, you know, recollection, doing all of this, you know, course correcting, to say that you don't have anything to say to the person that was directly hurt by the fight, I think is a little bit crazy. Of course, I cannot go back and dissect that fight again. But I see so many people being like, well, that's what Candace get, because Candace need to watch her mouth. You cannot say that and then turn around and be like, oh, Monique has grown so much. Like, no. At the end of the day, we should not be hitting people, right? At the end of the day, Monique has said that there's so much misplaced anger. But to admit that there is misplaced anger and then have nothing to say that to one of the people that you misplaced anger with is a little wild to me. Now, again, I'm so confused on why Ashley is so mad and why Ashley is yelling. Much like Kiana, why are you yelling about Stacey? Ashley says she has no qualms about Stacey's business, but then is sitting there calling her a lying asshole. Same thing with Tia. I don't quite understand why Tia is so mad. I understand her being irritated for sure, but it feels like Tia just wanted to hop on the train of like, Stacey is a liar. I have finally caught her in a lie, because they can't catch her in like the Chris lie or any other lie per se. This is the one lie they caught her in, so they're going to ride with it. I don't understand why they're so mad about this, about Timu not wanting to be around the group. Look at how y'all act. Look how y'all act. Okay, but that is going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and let me know how you are feeling about this season so far, about everything that we just discussed, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.